Hi, it's me, Ingrid NFP, and I hope that you guys had a happy Easter. Um, I went to my ISFJ friend's house, and his family is Italian. We had Easter lunch together with his 90-year-old grandfather, um, my friend's sister, and his cousin, and his mom. And then we also ended up visiting his grandmother in the old age home. And first of all, it was amazing to be like part of the family, the Italian family, and we ate lasagna, obviously, and we had a cake, and everybody was so lovely and included me like a part of the family. Um, we also got to see um, a cat that is my friend's friend, the ISFP that I've talked to you guys about at some point. Um, she, her cat is pretty lazy. Like it's a long-haired like Siberian cat, beautiful coat, like so fluffy and clean and such. But this cat is like not built for the world, you know? It's like this cat is just meant to be pampered and like cannot live at one step outside the apartment, you know? Um, so since she was away for Easter, she had left a cat, so we took care of that cat. Then we took care of another cat that was a neighbor's cat. It's like we were doing the rounds of like everything that the community needs. And then we went to the grandma's place, and last time I saw my friend's grandma, she was in a fit of dementia, kind of. So she was basically acting really badly in the corridors, and I basically went home. Like, I couldn't. Um, I told my friend to like stay with her, and I'll go because it felt like I was breaching some kind of intimate moment when she was like insane, pretty much. But this time she was like lucid, and it's weird because she remembers the one time that I met her 10 years ago. I met her once, and it was my first summer in Sweden, and I had a sunburn because I didn't know that you could get sunburn in Sweden. So, of course, like a stupid person, I went and sunbathed without sunscreen. And she gave me sunscreen. And she remembers that moment. They were like, oh, hi, this is Ingrid. You've met, you know? And I said, yeah, we met a long time ago during the summer, and I was sunburned. She was like, yeah, I gave you sunscreen. And I'm so amazed. Like, she has terrible memory and certain things, but like, that really touched me that I made such an impression on her that she remembered me 10 years later from that one interaction. So that was really nice, and they talked. My friend's mom went to church and talked about the mass where she sang in the choir. Um, but me and my friend, we did not go to church, so um, we just had fun eating and relaxing. And I got a book from my um, friend's sister who had been to Japan. It must have been 3 years ago. I don't know. It was before COVID, and um, I don't know. The way she was talking about Japan, she loves Japan, but then she was like, "Oh, but don't go during the summer. It's too hot and humid, and also like don't go alone, because it's impossible to speak English there." So that was a little bit of a depressing point, but I'm not going to let it get me down. Um, this is a Japanese book that has like little pictures and stuff. And it has like everything, like the alphabets, the katakana and hiragana and kanji. And it has like little pictures of like people in different situations. And they're like, everything is nice. And there's a CD at the back. But I don't know if I have a CD player to like actually do this. It is pretty handy, like that there are. This is a little bit too advanced for me, you know. This is supposed to be the first book in the series, but like it goes pretty quickly. So like it expects you to be able to read all of the different alphabets, and I really can't. But at the beginning it does have like the translation in like English letters. So here's the numbers. Ichi, ni, san, yon, go, roku, nana. I've pretty much come to 7 in my counting. But that's good. And this book is in English otherwise. So I was happy about that. So I got that book for free because this friend doesn't, she's not planning on going to Japan anytime soon. She's been there twice. She went one trip just Tokyo, and then one trip where she like basically went everywhere. She went to Tokyo, Hiroshima, she went to Kyoto, she went to was it Sapporo? I don't know. She went to like to the north and to the south, and basically she was on like a trip that was pre-booked with a lot of other Italian girls. So that was fun to meet up with these people, but then I was really tired afterwards, and my friend too. So we went home, and then, well, home to his place, which I call home, you know. And then we watched a movie that was called The Professor and the Madman, which was a really interesting movie because it's actually based on a true story about Professor Murray and William Minor. Professor Murray is like a linguist, and he created the Oxford Dictionary with all the etymologies and stuff in 1870 or something. He started it, and then like it only was done in like 19 something. And it was done like after his death, I think. But he got a lot of help from a man who was later diagnosed with schizophrenia, who was in a mental institution for most of his life because he had delusions and hallucinations and psychosis. And the only thing that would clear his mind was by doing this sorting of all of these different words that he would then send to this new dictionary that was being made. And so this professor and this Dr. Minor, who was the patient at this hospital, they became friends in a way. And also the reason why he was in this psychiatric hospital / prison is because he murdered a man because he was convinced that this man wanted to hurt him. So, and the widow of the person he murdered actually also became his friend because she provided him with books for his lifelong project of like creating this dictionary. And it's so nice to think that this is actually a story that happened, that these nerds got together, you know, who would never have met otherwise, to create this ideal version of like being able to catalog the origin of all the words in the English language and be able to, like, I mean, they didn't have computers, they didn't have anything. And so they had to, like, put slips of paper, like, for each word, combine quotes from, like, thousands of books across the world, because this was during the um, British Empire, so they would get from all corners of the world. People would send them letters. And it ends up that the guy who created Mr. Murray, Professor Murray, actually became the president of the Philatelic Association because he got so many stamps from across the world that he saved. So that was a pretty interesting story. Um, my friend fell asleep during it, which is pretty usual for him, but I did feel the tiredness as well because we'd been socializing all day with all these people, and after all, we are introverts. I mean, his mom is an ESFJ, so she's very extroverted, and she wants everything to be perfect as well. And we think his sister might be an ESFP, and the cousin also seemed like a total extrovert, and the grandfather is definitely an extrovert. So I think that we got kind of burnt out of that. So we just went to sleep, and then we woke up, we had a little brunch, and then we went in the forest. And that was pretty nice. It's been cold again, it's like nearing 0 degrees. But we were in the forest, and you could still see the green starting to pop out. And it's beautiful. And I miss that. I mean, I miss going to the forest with somebody else. Because going alone all the time it's nice sometimes, but I've done it too often at this point, and I I sometimes just like the comfort of having somebody that I love there with me on my adventures. Um, so yeah, it was a nice time. Unfortunately, they were doing work on the train tracks, so I had to take the bus, which took way much longer than it should have. So I'm kind of exhausted now out of all that. Um, we did, well, there's also the changing of the clocks, which also has like tired me out. Um, because like my brain doesn't know anymore what time it is. Um, Now it gets dark really late. It gets dark at like 8 in the evening, which is quite a change from before. So it feels like I have more hours in the day, which is really nice, but at the same time, I also feel like, oh, I'm already exhausted and the sun still isn't down. Um, so yeah, I didn't have anything more to add, I don't think. Um, I'm probably going to be doing more of the HelloFresh, and I will um, um, tell you guys once I go to my therapist appointment next time on the 12th, how that goes. Um, and maybe there'll be some updates in between. Um, so, yeah, have a great day, everybody. Bye.